Hi, good morning. My name is Myzatul Hanis. My matrix number is 180061.
My name is Siti Jasmina, metric number 1808880.
So we're both from group CEL Group 1, and this is our video for the Portfolio Task A, Part 1, 2, and 3. And for this video, I'm the interviewee, and Jasmina will help me by being the interviewer.
Okay, so we'll begin.
Yes.
Hi,
Hello.
what's your name?
My name is Myzatul. What's yours?
I'm Jasmina.
Okay.
So how are you today?
I'm feeling quite fine. A bit tired.
I see. So tell me, Myzatul, where do you live?
I live in Nilai, in Negeri Sembilan, borderline to Selangor. Actually, I used to live in Bandar Baru Bani,
Uh-huh.
but now I live currently in Nilai.
Okay. So tell me, what are your hobbies?
I don't really have fixed hobbies. But I do think that I do like to cook a lot. Clearly, but but in high school I used to like to draw, but now it's more to cooking.
Okay.
Don't really have much time for hobbies at the moment with this busy schedule for university.
I see. So tell me, what did you do last weekend?
Last weekend on Saturday I went home after 2 weeks of not being able to go home. But on Sunday, I had to start going for rotations. So from morning until the afternoon, actually, just the afternoon, because it was a half day, had to start rotations again for surgery wards. So yeah,
It's okay, you can do it.
thank you.
So, tell me, what will your job in the future be?
I'm supposedly gonna be a veterinarian. I'm not sure which field to take it to explore first, but I do know that I will be jumping from field to field to see what my interests will be focused on the most. So I'm actually even considering maybe continuing my master's and then with my PhD if I don't find interest in working on the field.
So maybe. Okay, so describe a zoo or wildlife park you have visited that has impressed you.
So I've only visited a few zoos in Malaysia actually.
We don't have that many to begin with.
Yeah, true. But the biggest one should be Zoo Negara. I had a week of doing industrial training there. Actually, industrial training for like at Zoo Negara, we had to do just basically sweeping, like sweeping or like spraying water to get rid of the poop and stuff. Yeah,
Sounds
and,
exciting.
yeah, and like we had to. It's mostly just cleanliness duties, routine duties in the morning. Maybe if we're lucky, we get to provide feed, prepare the feed, and then provide it. But most of the time, we're not allowed to do any husbandry activities because that time we were just in year one. But yeah, but I think Zoo Malacca was the best one so far because I had different, I didn't go for industrial training. I went for a program actually on conserving tigers. Not more like a enrichment program. And the enrichment program, the animal that my group was assigned to, we got a tiger. So what we did was we made a piñata
For a tiger.
yeah, for a tiger, and it was gone within 10 minutes. So it was a successful enrichment program.
Piñata.
Piñata.
Okay, so let's proceed with part 3.
Okay.
So what do you think are the benefits of keeping animals in the zoo?
Well, first of all, it's not much benefits, but I think it's beneficial if we can conserve, especially threatened animals or endangered animals, or just animals that are close to extinction, even because in that way, some animals actually breed quite well in captivity.
True.
So when they are kept in the zoo, even though the normal belief is that it's very cruel and very very not good for the welfare of the animal as a creature that is wild. It's still in cases of threatened species. I think the benefits outweigh the cons. So for the good of maintaining the population of that threatened species, I think it's very important to have animals in zoos. But other than that, animals in zoos are mostly for education. Although we do agree that it is used for entertainment, which is the bad side of zoos, in my opinion, because it's supposed to be more for information. Because if it's for entertainment, that means they don't even care about the natural behavior of the animals, and just for the sake of raking in money and revenue for the zoo itself.
Do the benefits of keeping animals in the zoo outweigh the drawbacks?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I already kind of answered that already. But okay, I'll just answer it again, more focusing on the question. Basically, I do think to some extent it does outweigh the cons. I mean, the pros do outweigh the cons. But I think your vision and mission of the zoo is very important, and it's more important to actually perform those values that you're supposed to hold on to. So if it's for the sake of conservation, and if it's for the sake of education, then by all means I'm quite supportive of it. But if it's for more to entertainment, then I am not so supportive of that, because if you want entertainment, you can find other means of entertainment, and and it's best to just keep those animals where they belong in the wild and conserve that habitat as it is on its own, rather than bringing them to a zoo and then making them more stressed, and then they're going to end up having stereotypical behavior. Yeah. So, excuse me, sorry. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that keeping animals in a zoo is a method of saving them from being extinct. So, what is your opinion on conservation forests that are meant for conservation purposes?
In my opinion, like in a general opinion, or like an ethical.
Your opinion.
Okay, my general opinion is that I think that one would be even better than a zoo. But then again, when you're conserving in a very large range of space, it's going to be quite hard to monitor these animals and their breeding activities. And they might, if it's that big of a park, or conservation park or forest, then these animals might not even cross each other's path. So, at some point, but I mostly agree more if it's a conservation park compared to a zoo, because then they can exhibit their own natural behavior, and they have their own habitat that is already reserved for them, and no one should be able to encroach the area by law, which is even better. Well, in zoos, even though you do have certain laws that the zoos have to abide to, it doesn't necessarily mean that it really is followed strictly. Well, in reserve forests, it should be very much well controlled compared to zoos.
Okay, so let's say in the near future you become the zoo vet. So tell me, what sort of changes will you bring to the zoo?
Oh, that's a hard one. So the changes I would make in the zoo is that I think I would arrange the animals to be in a bigger enclosure if possible. I know it's not easy to have a good amount of space of land for animals that have such a huge range of habitat and also a huge range of area that is supposedly their territory. So it's not going to be easy to accommodate to those needs. But if it's for the sake of the animals as well as the people who visit the zoo, it will be very, very much beneficial to the animals and to the people who visit the zoo, because they will be able to see how they're supposed to be in the natural habitat and try to mimic the natural habitat as much as possible, not just by giving enrichment, because that's kind of like false. It's enrichment. It's not. It's natural habitat. Well, in the natural habitat, they won't even need that enrichment, and there's no such thing as tire swings in a forest for sun bears. So the materials that we use for these enrichment toys, so to say, are very much not natural to these animals. They've just been introduced, and they're all chemicals and artificial substances, which is not good for their system. Like, actually, for the piñata, we wanted to use as much natural products as possible. But the only thing that we had to use, because we couldn't find an alternative, we had to use a PVC bottle. But that one was the strongest material we could find, so that it won't be able to swallow it. Break it up into small pieces and swallow it. So yeah, that's what I would try to do, which is basically trying to imitate its natural habitat, ultimately.
Okay. Thank you, Myzatul.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you.